have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once. I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it.
No doubt about it. That's for sure. Thank you, Just Joe Altier. Producer Bill and I are here, safely ensconced in the inner sanctum.
It's nice and warm in here.
It's nice and warm. Yes, I like it. My house is freezing for various reasons, but we're not going to get into that. So I do want to open this program. First of all, we hope you had a great holiday. Ours was mixed.
Yeah.
To say the least. We had some problems, both of us, but we're good to go now. And so is everyone that was involved. So it's all good now. I hope you had a great holiday, Christmas and New Year's and Hanukkah and whatever else. All right. But we do have to start the program today. I don't want to say a sad note, kind of a melancholy note, because we lost two real friends of the program and the podcast, and both of us, frankly. First of all, Steve Griselli was a listener of our program for many years, and we developed a friendship. Bill did, I did, and with Steve, and he was a master woodworker, and sent us some oval-shaped and circular-shaped wooden boxes that he made, which were spectacular.
They're now almost 15 years old.
Yeah,
they're these handmade wooden boxes that are not it's my jewelry box is what I use it for.
It's amazing.
And Steve was such a great guy. He would call in. He was a huge Howard Stern fan, knew that I was, and we'd do the Howard Stern thing when he'd call in. He called in often, Steve, and what I saw on Facebook that his daughter had posted something that he had passed away during the holidays.
That's just a punch right in the gut.
Because I would still talk to him once in a while via Messenger.
Me too. Yes.
On Facebook and stuff. This is one good thing about social media, and I always say I want to get rid of it, but this you get to contact people you don't normally would.
Yeah, absolutely, no question. Now, secondly, it's been a very, very tough year plus for local musicians, and this is another one. There was just a punch right in your gut.
Yep.
Sammy Dio, are you kidding me?
Played on New Year's Eve with his band.
I never saw him where he wasn't smiling or laughing. Never.
Yep.
It's boy, and you would know better than me because you're in the
he was at the open mics, the big open mics, which are the Maplewood's opening up this year.
Is it
reopening up at the old Zeb's?
Yeah.
And so there's that crew is going to be able to get back together and do those open mics. But he was, he's there and he's all around. Great bass player, great guy, always smiling. Never heard a bad word about him.
I know. It's a shame.
This year was tough for the music. Yeah, Israel at the end of the year, and
man, a lot.
Yep.
So that's how we're going to open today. We had to remember those two because they were such nice guys and so good to us, and we're not going to forget them. So thank you for that very much. Now, of course, what's going on in Venezuela has captured all the news, and we're going to talk about it now with our Congressman John Mannion. John, first of all, again, thank you very much for coming on with us and discussing the topics of the day.
Well, thank you for having me on, Jim. We want to make sure that people always stay closely connected to their representatives, certainly when there's dramatic events and a serious time in our country's history. So the opportunity to share some of what I see on a daily basis is appreciated. So I'm glad you're having me on again. Thank you.
You just said it. And people don't get it. At this time in the country's history is changing very quickly as to how America operates, and it's changing too quickly. In fact, it's changing illegally. So how do we put the brakes on this kind of stuff, Congressman?
That's a great question. I would go back to what this country has done over the course of its history. Of course, not a perfect one, which is that regardless of political party, leaders of the institutions like the House of Representatives and the Senate should be standing up for those institutions. And unfortunately, right now, it's clearly obvious that is not happening, that the president, when he carries out an action that is an extension or an overreach of his executive powers, like when it comes to trade, when it comes to military action, when it comes to appropriated dollars, that regardless of party, the institution itself should stand up. So I have great issue with Senator John Thune, but certainly the Speaker of the House, where I'm, honored to represent this district. We should be standing up. It's good for the country. Not only is it a bad precedent, it's wrong. It's un-American. It violates our norms, and it sets us into chaos. And as I've seen over the course of this last year, we are accepting things, even though, I'm beating the drum. Things are being accepted as norms that are not norms. They are not norms in our history. Yeah.
That's it. That's it right there. That's it in a nutshell. We are accepting things that we never would have accepted before, and we're accepting them with very little pushback, which is incredible to me. So here's I'm going to test your diplomatic abilities here. So is there anger between House members? I mean, real anger.
Yeah. Well, listen, first of all, I want to say that this is my first time around. So I've got nothing to go on, but I do have my relationships across the aisle in Albany, which were great relationships. In fact, I'm going to drop some names here, be it Joe Griffo, who is my senator to the East, or, George Barella, who's a little bit down in southwestern New York. We had great relationships. And of course, we represent very similar communities. So I would have conversations where I was actually advocating on their behalf behind closed doors, which might only been in Democratic closed doors. So in Washington, we are collegial with each other. But I have my own frustration, and that has played out in real time on the House floor, particularly with New York Republicans, because in this state, we may love it or hate it, but we're a diverse state. Our labor union presence is strong. We're changing with, as it comes to energy policy. We love our schools, our public schools. So all of these things I'm expecting not just my colleagues to stand up for, because I think, New York is a little bit different, but also many of them have served in the state legislature. So they know that opposing their own party is an important piece of being a representative. And I don't see the level of that I think is necessary. Myself, when I was in the New York State legislature, I opposed the governor all the time. I did it in a diplomatic way, but I would vote against policy that may have been a priority for, quote unquote, my party. But I did that because I had to represent my district and reflect my district. And it's not just that it's a policy issue necessarily. It's that the norms, the laws, the Constitution are clearly being violated. In March or April, we may have said these seem like authoritarian actions. Now, when you read an article, regardless of where it is tangible, it's real. So, we cannot go in a direction that we cannot recover from. And when we concentrate powers in one branch of government, which is the executive branch, that's not how America works. Nope. And that's why I need my colleagues on the other side of the aisle and the leaders of the House and the Senate to stand up. And, I'll give you an example. You mentioned Venezuela. There were two resolutions on the floor of the House that got to the floor, brought forward by Democrats. They did make it to the floor, and it was to make sure that there was congressional authority over any actions military in Venezuela or in the Eastern Pacific and the Caribbean, the different resolutions. They were voted down basically by party lines. A couple Democrats came over, a couple Republicans went over the other way. But that's where, again, we can debate international law or notification of Congress or authority of Congress. But this is where Congress had the ability to say, you know what, these boat strikes off the coast seem like an overextension of powers. Let's have the people who are closest to the people that represent them in each district, 435 across the country, let them have a say. And the war powers are within their authority. let's reassert that in a resolution. It was voted down, so.
Venezuela is a minor player in the drug, war, very minor. So this is about rare earth minerals. It's not about oil. Oil is a side thing because it's impossible to get their oil infrastructure back online. So it's about rare earth minerals, and that's why he wants Greenland. That's why he wants Canada. My fear is that as we approach the midterms and it becomes more clear that Republicans are going to get slaughtered, then he goes nuts and does something just beyond the pale. And then we have a real crisis on our hands. That's my fear.
Well, it's my fear too. And I can tell you, Jim, for the people of Central New York and the Mohawk Valley and around here, that's their fear too. They watched these norms be violated, the illegal firing of inspector generals, purging of the Joint Chiefs, purging of the DOJ, weaponizing the DOJ. And these things I saw, and this is why I was sounding the alarm early on, are so politically damning that, yes, what is our natural system of checks and balance in a constitutional republic, in our democracy? It's elections, election. The only way you can get into the House of Representatives is by an election. Right. If I decide to resign, nobody gets appointed. You've got to be elected. But this is what's really concerning to me, and I'm glad you brought it up, is that people have predicted early on, because this is so politically damning, what is next? Are we talking about martial law? Are we talking about military in our streets? Are we talking about a suspension of elections or an international conflict? Those were the things people were talking about 6 months ago or more, and we're seeing that right now. This administration is not going to give up their authority and therefore be subjected to accountability easily. And that is disturbing.
Yeah.
It's disturbing to me. And I don't consider myself speaking with hyperbole here, or I'm a conspiracy theorist. I care about this country. I care about the systems that are in place and the people that I represent. And I don't want that. That's bad for everybody. That's bad for Republicans and their kids and their grandkids too, we diverge from the norms.
No doubt. And let me ask you about one more outrage before I let you go. And that's the fact that the astronaut, Mark Kelly, is before the TV anchor, and he gets reprimanded, and now he's going to lose his pay, it looks like. At least, when I was in the military, you could lose rank and you could lose pay. So they could do that to him with his pension. He's a freaking hero, and we have to put up with now this latest outrage.
That's exactly right. And I mentioned, the replacement of the Joint Chiefs or the JAGs or the DOJ, all of that, and inserting loyalists is the antithesis of how we've operated in the past. We need objective, nonpartisan systems in place. And Mark Kelly, I know Mark Kelly okay. I know a few of those House representatives much better. And I know why they made that video. They didn't make that video because they want members of the military to just go rogue and not follow orders. They are worried about some of the things we're talking about, which is, what if an order is given that is directed against American citizens because, and Jim, I've been called, because of my party affiliation, and I'm not one, a domestic terrorist, right? By the highest levels of leadership in this country. Yeah. So Mark Kelly makes those statements as a preemptive warning to members of the military to adhere to their oath, and they've been put in a very difficult situation. You and I may disagree with what happened in Venezuela, but I think, and again, you have a military background, I do not, but the orders that were given to the members of the military that I consider, brave men and women who are asked to do very dangerous things to protect us, they followed the orders there. That's not what Mark Kelly's talking about. He's talking about something very different and much more sinister. So this is, I am hopeful that doesn't happen. These things should not be politicized, and we are in a hyper-politicized world that, unfortunately, there is not equal justice for all under the law at this point. And it's unbelievable to me that we've gotten here. And every, leader in the military or every member of Congress or the Senate should be outraged, because they know these are intelligent people who understand the law, and they know that this is way beyond the pale. And unfortunately, many of them will not stand up and oppose the president
No.
because they believe, like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Liz Cheney and others, that it ends their career or whatever else they're afraid of.
Yeah, I agree. I do. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us today again. We appreciate it very much, and I'm sure we'll talk again soon in the future.
Thank you, Jim. Stay strong.
We'll try. I'll tell you what, Producer Bill, if you and I were down there,
we could take care of some stuff.
Oh boy. Oh boy. You got to be joking. I mean, these freaking guys, Hesketh is a classic bully. Okay. Classic bully. So he's got gym muscles and he's in good shape, and he'll get right in your face or whatever. You know how to really take care of people like that? Laugh at him. Laugh right at him, right in his face.
Or ignore them.
God. He's a joke. He's the Secretary of Defense, and he's a joke. Christie Noam. I mean, all these people they're just jokes. Unfortunately, they're messing with people's lives. It's a disgrace. It is.
He tweets their whatever Truth Social, whatever each day.
It was like 100 early this morning. 100.
I know. It's crazy. It's like, dude, govern.
I know. It's just there's no more answers. Shalene, is my partner, has never been very political, and now she's all fired up, but she doesn't get it. She keeps asking me, how can this happen? And I'm like, I don't know. Nothing makes any sense anymore. How can any of this keep happening? Now, don't tell me, I'm not a conspiracy guy, but don't tell me that this National Guard troops in these major cities was nothing but a test run. It wasn't about stopping crime or anything else. It's about putting troops on the streets of American cities. Stop being stupid. Use your head. Think. It's just, we don't think, and that's the problem.
He wants to show what his strength.
Yeah,
it's his ego.
No doubt.
His ego. It's his ego.
Did
you see that party he had at New Year's Eve at Mar-a-Lago?
Oh my God. It's just, did you see them together?
Yeah.
Melania and him, she's like, just die, please. No, I don't want that. I don't wish that upon anyone.
No.
I'm saying that's what she was thinking. I think that's just my opinion, but it's awful, and it's not getting any better. Although
actually him not making it through this term alive would probably be worse because of the rhetoric and the posturing
and the replacement.
Yep.
There's JD Vance, who would be worse, although he's such an idiot that it would be all the people who would be controlling him, like Miller and that crew. So, although there's good news, not nationally, but locally, there's very good news. And we'll try to get the new mayor on soon about the drop in crime in the city of Syracuse. Homicides were way down, and serious crime itself was way down. Now, that doesn't change perception of downtown Syracuse for a lot of people, especially those who live in the suburbs and have never worked downtown. If you have never worked downtown and have only visited at certain times and then only read about what happens in downtown, you would think it's like there's a crime every 10 minutes.
Same thing with the mall.
Exactly. Right. So it's not like that. Now, there are sketchy areas. Don't go there. If there could be some sketchy areas in the downtown core where you are, but if there's people, then this, just be smart. It's like any major city, and this isn't even a major city. So, I mean, come on, downtown Syracuse is awesome, and the number of restaurants that have opened up and things that are happening down there, it's great. Serious crime being down is great. It's nuisance crimes that people get fired up about, and rightfully so. So if you've got an aggressive panhandler, for instance, that's a problem. Okay, it didn't used to be a problem for people like me, my age, when I was in my 30s and 40s and early 50s, but now I'm 67. So I can't, I got to watch out for that stuff. And aggressive panhandlers are terrible. So,
and you're getting hit up over and over and over again
by different people, and then by the same guy sometimes who gets kind of aggressive, and you don't know if he's mentally ill or he's on something, or it's that can be bad. Now, but they've cleaned that up quite a bit as well. Here's a thought: don't go to Armory Square at midnight. There you go.
I don't know what stays open anymore.
True.
Is Armory Square like that anymore?
I think so.
Because I know that I've been told from people in my line of work in the entertainment business,
Mhm.
that the alcohol sales are very down.
Yeah.
And overall,
Yep.
young people aren't drinking like they used to.
Oh, like we used to.
I think the advent of legalizing marijuana,
Yep.
that has, you know,
Yes. No doubt. Quite no question.
it does less on your body than, you know, if you,
Right. And people are spending their beer money on weed.
Yep.
Even though it takes you about 10 times beer money for weed, but okay.
Our friend Martin, who's in Florida, has a couple comments here. I worked for the VA outpatient clinic across from the bus depot, looking out early, and it's glad it's been cleaned up.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
that corners with the new the bus depot down there and everything. It's very,
they cleaned it up.
Yeah, and that whole, you got the Salt City Market down there.
Yep.
You got all the arts. You know, the
Red
Red
House.
House, which I'm embedded in. I do a lot of work with them.
Mhm.
They do really great things with kids. They have great programs. There's a lot that this city offers.
Yeah. Especially for the arts.
There's a lot of
kids.
parking downtown too.
Yes,
Everybody
there is.
complains about parking. You
Yeah.
just got to pay a little bit
Yes.
to park in a garage.
Yes.
People don't like to pay.
I know.
But I used to live in New York City. This is nothing.
No.
Paying $10, $15, $20 for parking is nothing.
No.
I went to during early in December, I took my daughter to see Machine Gun Kelly
Right.
in Hamilton, Ontario.
Yes.
And I parked in the lot right across the street from the arena. Literally, you could throw a stone at the door. It was $32 Canadian, which is about $20,
Right.
20, 25 bucks. Very reasonable.
Absolutely.
The On Center has very reasonable parking prices. When you
Yankee
go down-
Stadium's $50.
Yeah.
Okay. It's $50 to park at Yankee Stadium. And then it's
Easy.
an hour to get out.
I
Okay.
remember the first time I went to Fenway, and this was a while ago. We went to Fenway for an Atlanta Braves Boston game, and we
Nice.
parked. There's a Citgo gas station right next to the stadium. We were late because there was traffic, and they're offering parking. It was $65 to park then, and that was
That's 100 now.
Yeah, easy,
That's 100.
easy.
Wow. And Martin also said this is just a tip of ugly. Sorry to
Yeah.
say. Yes, it is. He is correct. Tell people how they can join us, Producer Bill.
So you can just go right onto our Facebook page, and you can communicate with us during the show. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, if you comment on the YouTube stream, we will see that also. Now we have our first group. We've made a group.
Yes.
So we can all kind of discuss. I'm going to start that this week. We're going to put up news articles.
Okay.
You can comment on them.
Yep.
We just ask you to be civil.
Mhm.
Well, there's no reason to yell at each other.
No.
We're all here for, reason for entertainment.
Yeah.
Is our main reason. So if you go to JR's Yahoos, and we spelled Yahoos YAYHOO, JR's Yahoos, that's our
like
group
it.
on.
like it.
I stole that idea from my favorite podcast is the legendary wrestling manager
Oh, that's
Jim
right.
Cornette,
Cornette, yeah.
and his page is called The Cult of Cornette.
Nice. I like it. So what I did forget to do, by the way, this is episode 61,
It
and
is.
our Yahoo of the week is, of course, TV anchor Hesgeth, and our hero of the week, or good guy of the week, is Mark Kelly, of course.
I nominate the Onondaga County legislator Rich.
Yeah, I wanted to get into
McCarran.
this. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. Find that. Can you?
Yeah, I'll find it.
Find
pull it
that.
up. Yeah.
Okay, I'm so happy you brought this up. So this is the Onondaga County legislature. This is not the state legislature, or it's not national. It's the Onondaga County legislature, and he sends it, because they got their asses kicked. He sends off this screed about how everything's going to be far left, this and front. Let me tell you something. That stuff doesn't work anymore. That crap doesn't work anymore. Calling people far left, oh, it's going to be this. It doesn't work. Why? Because the liar in chief has been saying it for how many years now, and people don't want to hear it anymore. That's why you got your asses kicked in the last election.
There's no place for it in local politics.
No,
at
not
all.
like this. Are you kidding me? You want to yell at Ryan about the aquarium. We're not happy about the aquarium all that much, but we let him know. This is just stupid. It's so ridiculous what he wrote
I'm gonna
about
put this up. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna.
This is okay. Go ahead.
Talk.
This
and
is
We're still there. I just had to pull that down so I can.
it's local politics. Okay, it's local governing, not national. I mean, he just goes on and on about this crap. What do you? I don't get what he's trying to get at, because there's not going to be that kind of stuff in Onondaga County. We have a Republican county executive who can veto stuff, right? And overcoming the veto, I guess, is doable. But I mean, this is just, it's beyond the pale, and really doesn't get us anywhere. It just makes you look petty. Get ready. Here it is. They'll leave that right there for
you can read it.
Get ready for a far left progressive agenda pushed by the new Democrat Working Families Party majority in our legislature. Be prepared for a declining fund balance, tax increases, and potential rhetoric from leaders in quotation marks who have pushed to defund the police publicly. See, now, you may not have understand this, Rich, but that was like 5 years ago, that whole defund the police. Oh, I just want to swear so bad. BS, right? That doesn't mean take all the money away from the police like you're trying to. See, this, it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. People understand now that that's just all blah, blah, blah. And you're just making up excuses for why I got your ass kicked. Okay? And that's what's going to happen in 26 too, if there is an election.
And you know why he's doing this, right? This
he's running, right?
He's running for Senate.
Yes, of course he is.
It's all political.
It's ridiculous. It is. And I'll tell you what, if a Democrat had put this kind of crap out saying, oh, here, get ready for blah, blah, I'd be saying the same thing. Yes. I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat. Doing this on a local level, because you want to go higher, even though you just got your ass kicked, then go ahead. But nobody's paying attention. It's ridiculous. People don't vote on that stuff anymore. That worked a long time ago. And people understand now, nobody wants to take all the money away from the police. Oh, man. So now next, I can't wait till they say they're probably members of Antifa or whatever. It's just Black Lives Matters. Oh, yeah. They're domestic terrorists. That's what they are, all of them.
Because of all of this and because of the way everything is and the way the police are treated, they're having problems finding people to for the county, the sheriffs.
Yeah.
There's everybody's so low,
Yep. And fire departments. Yeah. And yes, it's very tough. Now, speaking of that, people were all up in arms, over the gigantic amount of snow we got and how long it took to plow some of the roads. And the problem is in the city, number one, the problem is a lot of their plows are broken down and they don't have enough drivers. I don't know if Marty still runs the DPW in the county, but the county has always been on point, man. I'm telling you.
Back in the day, my friend Brian was who's now the
he's something
like he's the deputy. Right? He's the deputy executive.
Yeah. Brian Donnelly, right?
Yep, Brian Donnelly.
So Marty used to run DPW when I was there, but that was a few years ago. He still might. He did a great job, and they were great. But if you don't have enough drivers, and this is coming in the future for all kinds of transportation. I have a very good friend who's a truck driver. We talk all the time about his job, and because it's so important. Trucking is so important in this country. You don't realize. And there's fewer and fewer truckers now. The young guys don't want to drive a truck for a living. You can make $100,000 driving a truck for a living easily make $100,000. It's ridiculous that more people aren't jumping on this, and more people aren't jumping on the trades, period. But truck driving is going to be exceptionally important. And now that if you can't find plow drivers in the snow belt, then I think we're kind of in trouble.
And it didn't help that it was during a holiday.
Right. I thought things were handled great, and they didn't plow my street for like 2 or 3 days, but I didn't have any problem with that. You do what they do. I don't even know my former house where my ex lives. I don't even know how many days they had to go because they live on a very steep hill. That hill is so steep that at 67 years old, I don't think I could walk up it.
Wow.
I could barely walk up it when I was, able to do it. That's how steep it is. It's super steep. So they usually get plowed because of that. But if it's too much, then they'll just leave it. And it's be like, good luck. You go the other way, take the detour. But I thought they did okay. It was, the most snow we've gotten in one day since, I don't know when.
93.
When is it? 93?
I think since 93. I think since that.
At least. At least. So I thought they did all right. I'm trying to write a book about my radio career, and I do put a thing in there about the blizzard of '66 because I was a kid And that was absurd. It was like 71 inches of snow and
The
like 3
blizzard,
days.
the blizzard of '93. I remember
That was a bad one.
so much that it was the first time I'd ever heard the alert actually be an alert.
Yes,
we actually had an
That's
alert.
right. Yes,
That
right.
was the first time I'd heard
And
that.
that freaked a lot of people out.
Oh yeah,
Because that was the first time that something like that had happened. And now we're used to it now. It still kind of startles me though when it happens because it's something serious.
Yep.
It's they need to blow an alert.
we had
for a
one.
reason.
We had one when they had those awful thunderstorms last year.
Yes. Yep.
My daughter she runs
Oh.
downstairs. What are we gonna do?
Go to sleep. That's what I'm going to do.
Nappy time.
My sister as a kid used to be terrified of thunderstorms, and she'd come running from her room into my room and jump in bed because she was terrified. Some people are like that. I love it, frankly. I like storms. But the Labor Day storm, my kids and now ex-wife were in the basement, and I was in the kitchen looking out the back window watching it. And, the rain was going sideways and the lightning was green and was just ridiculously bad. And I didn't think anything of it. My family was terrified in the basement, and it was bad. And we didn't realize how bad it was till we went outside, and our neighborhood got clobbered, wicked bad.
We lose power real bad here.
We lost power for 2 weeks.
Wow.
And the guy from Niagara Mohawk, I was sitting on the steps of my former house, right? And this guy comes walking up to me. I'm exhausted because I'm hauling 40-pound chunks of wood from my backyard. I lost 6 trees, including one gigantic pine tree that would have smashed my house to bits had the wind not blown it sideways.
Wow.
So we had all that chopped up. So I'm hauling these things out, right? And this is like the second week of me doing it. And I'm sitting there exhausted, just filthy. And the guy comes up to me and he says, yeah, we don't know how we're going to replace that power pole in your backyard. So for some reason, they have power poles in the backyards of this neighborhood, but only for a stretch of like 6 houses, right? And of course, JR's house is one of the houses. Yeah, we don't know how we're going to do that. I said, can I talk to your supervisor? Sure. I'm the supervisor of the whole project. I said, okay. What do you mean you don't know? Well, we may have to put poles out here, out front instead, if I can't figure a way to do that.
It's nice when we have our elected officials listening. I just got a text.
Oh, you did?
Marty Voss is still the commissioner
Marty
of
Voss.
County DOT.
Like Marty Voss.
And that came from our friend, Marty Masterpole.
So you remember? Well, you don't remember the first time we met Marty Voss, but I'll tell that in a minute.
I do.
So they did finally figure out how way to do it. They had to bring a special piece of equipment in from Albany, go through my neighbor's backyard. Big thing came over, ripped up the thing, put the other one back in. And I said, why'd they put the power pole in the backyard? He goes, I don't know. Because I'm tired. I said, yeah, well, okay, join a club. Marty Voss. So Marty Voss, I first met Marty Voss when he was a aide to Congressman Jim Walsh. Okay. And so we're going to play golf at Pompey, right? I often play golf with Jim Walsh and Nick Pirro and Matt Driscoll, and, just to have fun with those guys and get to know them better, and so they could get to know me better, and it would benefit the show. Anyway, I show up at Pompey Club with my guy I'm playing with, and the congressman is there, and he said, oh, this is, one of my aides, Marty Voss. Dude, this guy hit the ball like, I don't know, can he hit a ball 400 yards? He hit the ball so far off the first tee. I'm like, okay, all right, I see where this is going to go.
He's the ringer.
Oh man, and he's a big guy, and he was one of my supervisors at WEP when I first started there, and then he went and became the commissioner of the county DOT. And the county DOT, man, I'm telling you, they do a great job. Now people ask, why aren't you plowing my road? Oh, you live on a county road? Well, no, well, they can't plow your road then. They only plow county roads. They're the county.
And so the
routes, anything with a county route is what they plow.
Aquarium is a county project.
Yes.
It's not a city
project. City project. People don't get that.
No.
Should have spent that money on the city, Reeves.
All these potholes.
No, can't do that. So now the powers that be have decided that he took marijuana and reclassified it, right?
Yes.
But it doesn't really change much.
No.
No.
We still can't bring it over state lines.
Okay. So this new shop you told me about. So
Oh,
this
in
is
Liverpool.
these illegal guys doing it
Yeah.
again. Why can't they just shut them down?
I don't know. I don't know what there's got to be some loophole there because they own. I think they have some in other states too. There's one in Orlando, Florida, and Orlando, Florida is a no. They don't. It's not legal there at all, anyways.
And they have a store,
and they have one of these stores in Orlando, so it's more like a head shop, I'd imagine. But I think this one is. So there's declassified THC. So THCA is like that Delta stuff.
Okay,
I guess that can still be if it's low enough. THC percentage, I guess it can be sold like in gas stations and whatnot, like hemp products.
What's the percentage? Do you know?
I don't. We're gonna have to we've talked about this, getting somebody from the from the state to come on and just kind of like
walk us through it.
Yeah, what it's so prevalent now. There's new. I mean, I have in a 15-minute drive, I have 3 dispensaries.
Exactly.
You know, it's Ravens Joint in Clay, Herb Z in North Syracuse, and then Flintstone just opened up in the plaza, the old Ponderosa Plaza.
Yep. So, and these are licensed dispensaries,
100% legitimate. So, and having the licensed dispensaries, you know, you're getting safe product.
Right.
It's not expired.
Right. There's nothing in it.
There's nothing in it.
Hopefully.
They can't do sales. You know, there's not like a sales.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Right.
It's a legitimate. You know, you're paying your cannabis tax on it, and
they check your license before you go in. You're not allowed in if you're not 21, right?
Right. Well, I figured that one out this weekend.
Yeah, when you didn't have your license,
I left for the first time in 47 years. I left my license somewhere.
Wow, you're lucky. Although I left a wallet on top of a car one day in the parking lot of Green Lakes. Okay, the upper parking lot, and drove off. And then I realized, oh my God! So I drove back. Wallet was there, money was gone, license was there, so I was lucky because trying to get a new license. Oh, geez, I'm gonna have to do that. I think next year.
I left my cell phone on my roof. I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, just before all the snow came. I drove down the street, realized I didn't have my phone sitting next to me on the chair. Drove back home, went inside, thought I left it, went outside, still sitting right on top of the. on top of the car. I don't know if it's stuck there because I have the mag. The new phones have the mag charger.
Okay, might have helped it.
I don't know. Didn't move. Still the same place.
Wow. Now that's a newer one.
Yeah, this is the new 17 Air. It's this thin one. It's the thinnest.
$3,100.
No, you know what? The best part about, because you know, owning my own business, I have a business account, so I got a lot of good deals, and one of them was I traded in another phone, and I got this one for like $1,000 off. So I think I'm paying like $100 for it.
Nice.
And they still have to. They still put the payment on the bill and then credit it because you still have to have the phone for that long to keep that. But I've been with Verizon for 100 years. I'm not going anywhere.
Right. Interesting.
I have a problem. I've never ever had an issue. I was in Florida. My daughter's phone just stopped, and went to the store. They handed me a new one right there.
No kidding. Did they check your name and your computer
they
first?
overnighted it to the hotel.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
They check your name first.
They do the whole thing. You go, you have the insurance. We'll send it to you.
You're a hell of a customer. Here you go.
Here's more.
Oh, you had insurance?
Yeah, I have the all line.
Because
there's 3 of us and 2 watches. So if anything happens to me,
that's nice.
But I'm paying less than I have in a long time. I'm, for 5 lines, 2 of them being watches, I'm under $300 a month, which is
5 lines and 3 watches.
So three lines. My daughter, my wife, and 2 watches. So 5 lines because those 2 watches have technically lines. And I'm just under.
Because you go online from your watch.
I can.
Wow.
Even if it's not, because it has Wi-Fi too. So,
it's interesting because no one really made the leap when we went to watches that you can use on your phone. Dick Tracy did it in the 30s. So, the technology was there. I mean, obviously, but they just covered it up until, so now we have watches. It's like the Jetsons now. We're almost like the Jetsons.
We had, since I've been home the last couple New Year's Eve, Aria's had friends over. So we just kind of hang out. So New Year's Day morning, they were watching something on YouTube, and it was a kid. That's all they do on YouTube is product testing, and that's how them gets kids to want the stuff.
Yep.
There's a thing that was made called the AI pin. It came out a couple years ago. It was the pre-orders were a couple years ago. It's finally been produced, and it's flopped, but it's a little pin that you can keep on your shirt or your wherever, and it emits like a light to your hand, and it's a phone or directions.
Are you kidding?
It talks. You can talk to it, but it's so bad that it's a lot of it's not. It shows the kid trying to do the stuff, and
you can't do it.
It tells him to get directions, and it's running off the directions instead of saying go a half a mile, and then when you go to the half mile, then it tells you to take the next right or whatever. So it's that's where the technology is going. They're going to get smaller, and they went big. They went bigger,
right?
Like because they used to be small, and then they're big.
Yeah. And
then now it's going to be this. You literally the light would shine on your hand, and you can.
I have seen that technology.
You can type
yeah, it's ridiculous. It's unbelievable. Mark Turcott says, "Happy New Year, fellas." Thank you, Mark.
I got a message, Mark, because I'm going to be in ATL in March. I'm going to see if Mark wants to. My wife does not like baseball.
Oh, he'll definitely. Go.
She'll watch it but if we're there, she would rather go do something else. So I'm going to see if Mark wants to hang out with me opening day with the Atlanta Braves.
When is that?
The last Friday of March.
How much was your flight?
We drive to Florida.
Oh, that's where you're going to Florida.
Yeah, it's on our way into the spring.
Oh, he'll
break.
Definitely go. Are you kidding me?
He knows all about that the Atlanta area. He's embedded in there. We also got our we just talked about John a little while ago. John, our old friend John Dillon from the flamethrower on the whole Venezuela thing.
It's all about putting Russia and China in check. As for the DOT plowing roads, getting up the hill to the hospitals is a pain. Yep.
Oh yeah.
I go up Van Buren to the VA so I don't slide. Yeah, that is a pain. Yep. No question about that. Venezuela is all about rare earth minerals, dude. Yep. That's what Venezuela is about.
I haven't been to in a while because if I have any kind of emergency, I tend to go to a well now or something, and I try not to. I try to avoid that also. But it looks like the emergency room at the Upstate's been totally rehauled.
Yes, it's a huge project.
Yeah.
It's not only it's done.
No,
and it's it's a gigantic project. Unfortunately, I've been to hospitals too much lately, not for myself, thankfully, but for other people. And I've had enough of that. Unfortunately, the hospitals here, the waiting lines for emergency care are exceptionally long. 8 hours, 9 hours. Julie Leone is a perfect example.
Yeah.
She didn't even get seen and something happened to her. She had a brain bleed. So they've got to do something about that. Now, unfortunately, because health insurance for millions of people has gone crazy, more people are going to go to the hospital because they won't say we're not going to treat you because you don't have insurance, or but you go to a well now, or I'm sorry, not well now. I shouldn't say that. If you go to a place like well now, they're going to say, sorry,
you got to pay.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to pay before even you're seen.
Yep.
And a lot of insurances don't pick that up. We also have Draco in this area too. The Draco.
Oh yes, right.
Care. That's right down. It's by the post office.
Post office. Yeah, I saw that when I was going home the other day. Yeah. So
so my ex-wife, carries the insurance for my daughter, and that's actually in there. That if we do go to a urgent care, that's the one that's covered.
Draco.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So it's close.
Yeah,
that's good. That's very good. Mark also tells us he's in for that game.
Yeah, he's good.
Very nice.
Good. And he's got some hookup for the wife and the daughter. So good. All right, good.
What the hell is that?
Spa.
Seidel Integrative Aesthetics.
I like it.
It sounds like
sounds
Botox.
right up her alley.
No, it sounds like Botox to me. Right here, right in the
Do you know my wife's dental office is certified for Botox?
Yeah, isn't Botox for some? It was originally for migraines, right?
Yeah.
That's what it was for. So a dentist can give you Botox?
Yeah, because I guess it can alleviate some dental issues also.
Oh, okay.
So when they're like running, that stuff expires like any other
sure.
stuff. So they practice on, so my wife will come home with like these gigantic lips sometimes because she does the Botox on them for
no, wait. Okay, wait. Does she do the shot herself?
No, not herself. No, they work on each other.
No. Okay, Jim, we're going to put this thing in your lip.
Nope.
Now it's going to hurt for. Let me help you out. Yeah. You ain't put no, dude. So they do go down, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not a Mar-a-Lago thing.
No.
Right?
Okay. No, it's more of like a. It's not that intense. No.
Okay.
No.
Not like a Jenner family.
blow
up party.
So like I said, my wife works for Pro Smile Dentistry up on Onondaga Hill, next to Lanny's, the new Lanny's restaurant up there I just played there again.
You did
during the holidays. Great, awesome place. The food's great. My wife came, ate, loved it, and they eat there a lot too because the office is there. So I don't know what I was going to get into now. See, I lost it because I talked about Lanny's.
I know.
I'm worse than you. I'm worse than you.
I do the same thing. And it almost happened to me like 5 minutes ago, but I rallied.
Yeah, I'm not getting out of this. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I was going to say. So I always get the my wife will text me and say, "Hey, we've got this time open. You got to come in and get your teeth cleaned or whatever." Because I go every 6 months.
Cool.
I don't have a choice because my wife's in the business.
Yeah.
So sometimes though, what'll happen is I'll get a text from Post Smile Dentistry saying that I have an appointment and a certain day, and then I get the text from my wife asking me if I want to come to that. So then I go. My first question is, doesn't look like I have a choice, do I? And then it's nope,
busted.
That's it.
That's right. The boss says you're getting your teeth clean. You're getting your teeth clean. That's it.
We have very nice teeth here in the Ali family.
I bet you
My
do.
daughter's got a mouthful of braces.
Yep. My daughter and son both had a mouthful of braces, and that didn't work. But okay.
We tried.
They got to stay with the retainer.
I call my daughter Willy Wonka because I don't think she eats anything other than sugary things. And you see how small she is.
Yes.
She's
a beautiful girl, though. I'll tell you that.
She wanted Arnold Palmer.
Yes.
Right. So we buy a 12-pack of those small cans, Arnold Palmer.
Okay.
Wife comes in the bedroom this morning after my daughter leaves. She goes, "Did you know your daughter took 6 cans of Arnold Palmer to school with her today?" I'm like, I feel bad for those teachers.
She likes Arnold Palmer. What can I say? Yeah, they're a little sugary.
Well, she's there. She's there all day for
plus afterwards, right? Yeah.
She's in the school musical, so she brings a bucket full of snacks.
Yep.
And
smart girl.
She probably paying off somebody with the Palmers too.
Well, that's my first thought. Was she's trading them for something. So you got to. I mean, that's
as long
currency.
As it do that with Pop. You know how much expensive Poppy is? She likes Poppy.
Oh, that's right. Is it $2 a can?
It's really expensive. It's like an 8-pack is like $15.
Yeah, it's stupid. It is stupid. Yeah. Have you tried it? I mean,
I don't mind it.
Oh,
Pepsi now has a probiotic soda.
Oh, really?
No, 5 calories, low sugar, and then it's got some stuff for your gut. Kombucha is real good for you if you want to get a real prebiotic.
Tea?
No, it's a yes,
drink.
It's a tea. Yes,
okay.
but not hot.
Oh,
it's a cold,
carbonated
tea.
Yeah,
but it's good for your gut.
All right, I could use it. I have gut problems, unfortunately, which relate to the radiation and chemo that I had for my cancer 11 years ago now. So, but it gave me 11 years, so I'm happy about that.
And you're a pretty healthy guy.
Yeah, fairly. I mean, I have issues, but yeah, right, exactly, right, exactly. So it's nothing that I'm in the hospital for. So it's good. It's all good. It's all good. Marty wants to drive over to Orlando to see the game with you guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, Orlando when you go to Florida.
There you go.
Are you going to Orlando again?
Yeah, that's our spots.
Yeah, but are you doing Disney or Universal?
The new Epic Universal is open, so
Epic
we're doing one day. At I think my daughter's now. I don't want to say
almost
growing out of it, but I haven't grown out of it.
Right.
But when you're paying, $200 a day, and the place that we stay at is like a water park in it. It's gorgeous pools and slides and stuff. There's no reason to leave. We are going to do a couple things. We're going to instead of doing the parks, we're going to find some other stuff to do. Well, we might do SeaWorld this year.
So I was going to ask you that. So there are other things to do, right?
Oh yeah, there's tons of stuff to do in that area. My in-laws live about 90 minutes from Orlando and Summerfield. So what we'll do is we'll drive down, go to Atlanta. We'll leave Thursday night after Brandy gets out of work. She doesn't work on Fridays. So we'll take Aria out the extra day on Friday.
Mhm.
We'll get to Atlanta Friday early afternoon because we'll drive right through the night.
Okay.
The game is Friday night. We'll leave Saturday. It's 6 hours. I think it's 5.5 hours from Atlanta to Summerfield. We'll hang out with Brandy's parents for a day in Summerfield. And they live in villages adjacent place. It's next to a village. They use all the amenities that
really?
Villages have, and they're on a golf course.
Oh.
And it's a 55 and older
Wow.
place. So we'll go there, hang out with them for a day, and then we'll go to Orlando. And then, one day we'll find some stuff to do. In the past we've like the Pirates dinner place, and stuff like that. But we're gonna branch out this year and find some other.
Daytona's like 90 minutes.
Yeah, we were, and that was. So we're like, we love Buc-ee's.
Yes.
So there's a Buc-ee's in Daytona that we hit on the way down.
Okay.
We'll spend one day in Daytona on the beach.
Can you still drive on the beach? Yeah.
$20, drive right in the beach.
It was free back in the day.
Yeah, you got to pay now.
That was in the 80s. I went there in the 80s, and we parked on the beach, and a giant storm came blowing in. You could see it coming, and everybody.
But that's not a very nice area.
No, it's not. No. Not where that. No, not where that is. No.
The program, one of my favorite programs that I watch, On Patrol Live.
Yes.
One of the precincts are in.
Yeah,
Daytona,
it is.
It's a lot of.
It's too bad. It is. But that's.
But they have an influx of people, all the time.
So 90 minutes the other way. How far is Clearwater? Is that a couple hours?
Yeah. Yeah. So Tampa is about 90 minutes from Orlando. Okay. I did that last year. I maybe I'll go one day if Tampa's in, because I haven't been to the Trop in forever.
Oh man, what a dump that is.
Because they're going back into that building this year. Last year was I say it was probably one of the best baseball experiences I've had.
Really?
Watching a Major League Baseball game in a minor league
stadium,
basically a minor league park.
Wow. 10,000 people, right?
Food, yeah, 10,000. It was 75 and sunny. The food was good. They had the craft beers.
Wow.
It wasn't overly. You're still paying $12 to $15 for a beer, but you pay that everywhere at a sporting event.
Yeah, but not 18 at Yankee Stadium. So
I lucked out when I went up to. So you park in the same parking lot where the football stadium is.
Oh, okay.
It's right next to the baseball stadium.
Okay.
And when I got up to the thing, the lady's machine went down, and there's a line started, and she's like, "Just go. I can't. You can't sit here while we figure this out." So you're like, "Give me your card." She made it look like she was swiping it.
No kidding.
For the eyes looking at her overhead. Yeah. Go ahead. So that was an extra $45 I had to spend on Ray's nachos and craft beers.
But it's a nice facility for a minor league park.
Very.
I mean, the Yankees have really taken care of it, and they like their spring training there, and they have a team there too, and to own all of that in a complex is.
It's a nice bar. It's got an open garage door bar area.
Oh, really?
Kind of
nice.
That overlooks the field.
But they're back in the Trop this year, right?
They're back in the Trop. Yeah, they're good.
That place is a dump. Ugh.
The roof and
I've never been in it. I went by it a few times, and it's just such a dump. And you go in, and when you watch a game, you can tell it's just a dump. I mean, I was in the Kingdome, okay, in Seattle. That was a dump. Okay, it was big, it was huge actually, but it's a dump. It was like the old Carrier Dome, before they redid everything. Yeah. I never liked the Carrier Dome as a venue until they redid everything. For a concert venue, it was fine. But for football, it was ridiculous. Even for basketball, it was bad. But now they've changed a lot of things over there. So I drove by that Royal Farms in Manlius. Have you been to Royal Farms? So it's in Manlius.
There's one in here. There's one here.
Yeah, Manlius.
I've been to Wawa's. They're all down the East Coast.
It is a Royal Farm. So it's that old, weird-looking bank building as you're driving into Manlius on the left.
Okay,
that's it. It's well, where the cantina is.
Yeah.
So you come out, and it's that weird looking thing. It used to be a coffee place, and then it was a bank, then a coffee place. Yes. Now it's that.
Okay. Yes,
now it's Royal Farm.
Yes, I do know.
And I drove by there. I didn't know where it was, and I drove by. I almost stopped.
Speaking of the cantina, they're doing really well there right now. That's good.
They are. That's really good. That is good. It's really cool looking from the outside. I haven't been in it. I drove by it. Oh, that's Holland Farm. John says it's Holland Farms. Okay. That's
Close
also
enough.
famous. Holland Farms is also famous.
Wawa's are really famous. They're
all over.
Yeah, they're all over.
And they're good too.
They have their own branded drinks and stuff too that are really good.
At a Wawa in Jersey, we went to last summer. We're aiming for Rehoboth Beach this summer, so we'll see.
Have you seen anything good lately on the television?
My partner's watching The Big C, which is old, but we watched the first episode of Guinness, which is about the Guinness family.
Me about that. I definitely got to check that out.
The old man dies, and it's the same people that did Peaky Blinders. So the old man Guinness dies, and he was a gigantic figure in London back in those days. And so now everyone's wondering what's going to happen because the family is a mess. Three boys and a girl, and they're all a mess. They're all a mess. So it'll be good. It's just Peaky Blinders is incredible, and this is going to be just as good, I'm sure.
I've heard that Becky is very good.
Becky.
It's the new movie with Kevin James where he plays a serious role.
Oh.
Like a bad guy kind of serious role.
I think he'd be a great bad guy.
I saw Elway. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah,
if you're into football at all, that is, I mean, it has every emotion, and at the end of the thing, you're crying along with John Elway.
No
He's
kidding.
telling these stories about his sister dies and stuff.
Yeah,
it's good. But I am on season 2, episode 7 right now of The Sopranos. I've started a rewatch while I was sick of The Sopranos.
Fantastic.
So I've seen bits and pieces here and there since it came out, but I haven't really sat down and watched it. Man, I don't know how back in the day you could stop one episode and wait a week and watch it.
I know, right? It was like when Game of Thrones came out, we didn't start watching it till late, but we bought it and all the discs, and we binged 8 hours a day until we were done.
Yeah,
I like
Brandon
doing
was
that.
Huge into Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
She liked that, and Sons of Anarchy were two of her favorites.
Yep. So we like to binge. I mean, we literally did 8 hours a day twice over a weekend, and that was awesome. But it's just Sopranos is so well written that's the difference. I mean, you can have really great actors, but if they're giving you crap lines, then it's crap. But you take these guys who half of them had never acted.
No, there's mob guys, real mob guys in some of this stuff.
Yes, and they're great,
and they all been passed down. They were in Goodfellas, they were in Casino, and now they're in this.
Yep.
And season 2 is the more characters are his Janice, his sister. So then Richie Aprile.
Yeah.
Because there's the struggle between Uncle Junior and Tony now. His mother dealing with his mother in the nursing home.
You know who Uncle Junior is, right?
Dominic Chi. He's a singer.
You know who he is, though? You know what other role he played?
No.
He was the Jewish mafia guy's aide in The Godfather.
Oh yeah. Yes,
that's him.
Yeah,
and he did another thing that it doesn't look like him because of how much he changed and how he aged, but he's fantastic in The Sopranos.
Awesome. So him, Tony, and Carmel are obviously the three of the really good actors. And they drive the show.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this before we went on air. This is the only mob wife that's a strong character in all these. A lot of them are, junkies or whatever, or goofy.
Mm-hmm.
And
the only other one was the chick in Goodfellas who was married to Ray Liotta.
Yeah,
she was pretty strong.
Which is the therapist in
The Sopranos.
Lauren Bracco.
Yeah, great. Johnny Ola was his name. John Dillon said. The other Michael Jordan wrote and plays in the show. Catch.
Oh yeah.
Catch Street 667. Is that what he's talking about? The other Michael Jordan is awesome.
Yes,
by the way, very awesome.
Speaking of Michael Jordan,
yes.
Speaking of MJ, tomorrow is Michael Jackson, the musical.
Oh, really?
At the Landmark Theater.
Yeah, we're gonna skip that one.
Yeah, you're not in.
Not in.
I'm gonna go with. Well, actually, I'm not. See, this is how I got to run things here. This is how I got to be my Tony Soprano.
This is a cross you have to bear.
This is what I got to do.
All right.
My daughter's in the middle of a 2 o'clock to 6:30 every day.
Jeez.
Rehearsal after school.
Wow.
So, I'm not going to tell her that MJ the musical is tomorrow because she's going to want to go.
Yeah.
And then we'll be out till 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
and that should be miserable.
Yeah. Can't have it.
So
there's other stuff coming.
It's not her. That's not her wheelhouse. She likes she doesn't Michael Jordan's not, or Michael Jackson's
right.
not.
No, not that. No.
She's 13.
Right.
I, however, cannot wait to see it because I've heard how it starts, and I heard it's pretty. They hold the curtain. They hold at the beginning for the big. There's a big open, I guess.
Oh.
You can't if you're not there in the seats. You're not getting in until the big open.
Wow,
is done.
no kidding.
So,
Good. Good.
We'll
Wish more shows would do that. Close the doors till the opening act is over. You know, the big open. Then you can come in.
I'm thinking that this is going to have the same kind of vibe. That's not going to be as good, but same kind of vibe as Jersey Boys.
Oh, okay.
Where it was like you're at a concert.
Yeah.
And
Jersey Boys
people
was
are
fantastic.
dancing in the aisles. I saw it here and I saw it on Broadway.
Oh.
It's the first time I was ever scared of buying tickets on the street.
Oh.
Because I went when Jersey Boys, you couldn't.
Yeah, it was hot. Super hot.
It was pouring in New York City in Times Square. And we were at the TKTS booth and we couldn't find anything. We'd seen everything. So there's a guy off to the side, like, Jersey Boys, wicked. So I go over, we got for Jersey Boys. And he tells me some insane price. Right. It's like $200 at that time, $200 ticket. I'm like, yeah, I go there. So it's pouring. So this guy's sitting out in the rain. He goes, give me $75 a piece. And I'm like, I bought him. And as soon as I took it from him, I'm like, these ain't real.
Yeah.
They were real.
No
Great
kidding.
Seats, orchestra.
Wow.
Like 15 rows back in the orchestra, right in the center. That was it was
what a show.
Unbelievable.
Yes. What a show. Yeah, we enjoyed that. Now, the one we're really looking forward to is the one you're really looking forward to. And that's Neil Diamond show.
Oh, yeah.
Because you sound like Neil Diamond.
It's a beautiful music it's called, I think. Yeah.
Now, I don't want to see the movie. He can't sing anyway.
That's the second movie that's about a Neil Diamond impersonator.
Yeah, it's weird.
Saving Silverman was about a band, a Neil Diamond band.
So bizarre.
But I do like Hugh Jackman.
I like him, but he can't sing.
No.
And I love Kate Hudson.
He can sing for what he does.
Right. Yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So like that's the way P.T. Barnum should have sang. You know.
Right. Yes.
Greatest Showman.
Yeah. Now that's he's good in that.
Yeah.
I give him that. But what's the other one? He's Les Mis. No. And Russell Crowe. No.
He makes Hugh Jackman like
yes,
Tom Roddy.
Yes. All right, that's enough. We've yacked for long enough.
Well, this is gonna be we're gonna have a good year. We got a lot of stuff planned for this year. Hit that QR code if you're watching. There's a QR code on your screen that takes you out to all of our socials. Go to there, look for the link for JR's Yahoos. We're gonna use that as part of the program.
Yep. So
I'm going to integrate that with here. So if you're on the Yahoo's page, we'll be able to see you during the show. So excellent. Just we're gonna have some cool things we're gonna work on this year. And if you're a local business,
yes,
and you want to become a part of this program,
yep,
let us know because we've got some packages. We're working on some stuff. And
this could be the Flintstone Inner Sanctum.
Could be,
and I'd be high.
We'll be like Bill Maher. We'll just smoke it while we're doing the show.
Absolutely. It's legal.
That's right.
But then I got to drive home. So you can't do that.
Can't do that.
All right. Thank you very, very much for joining us on episode 61. Thank you, Producer Bill, for everything you do, of course. And take care of yourselves this week, okay? And God willing, we're all back at it next time on the Jim Reith Show Unleashed podcast.